Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Chain Reaction. I am LDZ. My husband's over here, but we'll see if he, pops up since this is his show. But we are going to go and talk about this game because we hadn't been on in a couple weeks, and I know the Cowboys suck, but why not talk about how bad they suck? But we can also talk about how bad the Eagles suck because their numbers were about the same. So my question is, who do you want as your QB? Do you want Dak or do you want Carson Wentz? Because Carson Wentz, you should not be having the same numbers as a third string quarterback. Carson Wentz, 123 yards, 2 TDs, 2 INTs. Danucci, 180 yards, no TDs, no interceptions. But he have a fumble? I think so. You have a fumble?
Hmm.
Danucci?
Yeah.
Yeah, and one fumble. Um, both of them had like a 60 something passer rating. Both of them. We look horrible. Like, we suck as a team. Our defense, I will say, actually did show up. Um, Diggs, he did get burned that first series, but then he actually started, playing some defense. So big shout out to Diggs with his 2 interceptions this game. Lisa, the Eagles should be ashamed y'all on y'all third string QB. Exactly. One QB is a starter, one is a third string, and y'all should not be having the same numbers. Not whatsoever. I don't care what you say. You should not be having the same numbers as the third string, not the backup, the third string. Um, like I said, it's pretty sad. There's a lot more I could say on that, but like I said, they won. I'm not going to knock them, any shape or form, but dude, and I really feel like if Dalton was in there, I think we actually might have would have won. I think the Cowboys had, might have accidentally had a chance. From what I am seeing, Danucci throwable horns, throwable stance, horrible, horrible, horrible throwing stance. Um, but I also think that I don't know what they saw in him. I do not know. I understand he's a third string QB, but I do not know what they saw in this man because from what I'm seeing is not it. Um, he doesn't scan the field whatsoever. Um, Once he's fixated on that target, that's it. That's all. That's all he's throwing to. I have not seen him throw, even try to take another glance somewhere else. No, he doesn't do that. And this sidearm throw, how did you get in the NFL? Because this sidearm throw is not it. It's not even accurate. So it's no. I just don't get it. Like there's a, I didn't really think Andy Dalton. I thought Andy Dalton might have been, the okay QB, but then I saw him playing and he wasn't looking good, and then I was like, okay, Danucci is making me miss Andy Dalton and Dak so much right now, especially Dak. Uh, we got to pay this man. I'm seeing people thinking that Dak won't, we won't resign Dak, that, we might move on. I can't do another new QB right now. I can't. It's, my anxiety is too bad already with this team. I can't deal with another, QB because everybody hopes and wishes for a QB from the from the draft, but then they might not work out. They might, I'm not saying that, all of them are trash, but some of them just don't work out. Just because they look great in college does not make them automatically going to be a great quarterback in the QB. We have seen this go over so many times, so many different QBs. So I just don't want this to happen again. Like, I seriously just don't. Um, but back to this game. Um, like I stated, the QB's numbers were horrible. Zeke, he started off really good. He started off hot, and then they just kind of stopped giving him the ball. 19 touches, 63 yards. Woohoo. Tony Pollard, he actually came in and did, looked okay, but 7 touches, 40 yards. Danucci got 22 yards with 5 attempts. CeeDee Lamb had that one good play, one for 19 yards, and that's all we basically saw of poor CD. Gallup was, the only person that got the ball was Gallup, and then Schultz got it at the end. Gallup 12 touches. I'm sorry, 7 touches, um, 61 yards. Schultz 6 touches, 53 yards. CeeDee Lamb 4 touches with 27 yards. Pollard 2 touches with 24 yards. Elliott 1 for 10. Amari Cooper 1 touch for 5 yards. Five. Cinco. And, I was yelling, like, where's Amari? We kept asking on John's Live, DMV, Dallas Cowboys, where has where has Coop been? And Coop has been out there. Coop has been out there the whole entire time. Like I stated, this kid is only fixated on one target. Once he gets his mind made up that that ball is going to number 13, you know, he's not looking at number 19. He's not looking at number 11. He's not looking at number 88. He's not looking at nobody else but whatever he fixates on. And that's why we did not see Amari Cooper at all this evening. Um, it's sad. This, at least scan. That's all I ask. Scan the damn field. Eagles, Fulgham, 6 receptions, 78 yards, 1 TD. Galbert, we actually held down a tight end. Can you can you believe that, Kareem?
Well, he only targeted him what, 3 times?
Once,
There you go.
but we actually held down a tight end.
How many yards? That one catch, how much?
15.
That's first down.
I
That's not.
understand that, but most of the tight ends get like 1,000 yards on us. Um, Ward 3 touches, 10 yards. Regger, 2 touches, 10 yards, 1 TD. Um, Boston Scott, he had 70 yards, 15 touches. Commit had 5 touches, 24 yards. Wentz 4 for 17. Um, like I said, I seen people with Coop disappears on the road for some reason, and he does. I agree with that. He does disappear on the road, but at the same time, when you have a QB that's not even looking his way because he's already knows where he's throwing, and I'm surprised he did not get an interception or not multiple interceptions because most QBs, when that happens, they there's an INT against them. But I will say probably part of it was because he wasn't really throwing that deep. Like like my husband stated earlier, he did roll out of a sack to his strong side, but it wasn't.
Couldn't even throw it down the field. It was
Yeah,
sure.
I don't even think it was even. I don't even think it made it 10 yards. It might made 7. But it's definitely this team. There's so many things that need to happen. But I really think we should trade for a QB just for right now. Trade for somebody's backup because Danucci ain't it. We'll see if Dalton comes back. If I was Dalton, I would not come back against the Steelers' defense. Um, Even though he knows it, I still, nope, nope. That line still gets burned 15 times a game. Zeke can't block them coming up the middle. I have now watched him 2 times this season getting murdered, literally flying in the air because a lineman has ran through. Nope. Like I said, if I was Andy Dalton, I would just be like, oh, this concussion's still here. I can't make it. I cannot play next week. Um, but we don't know if he's going to come back or not. We'll see his status. Obviously, is still up in the air. But Danucci ain't it. He's not. He only looked somewhat decent is because Eagles look that bad, and Carson Wentz looked a little decent is because we are that horrible. If we were, like I said, if our offense actually showed up because our defense was there, we would have won. I seriously think they would have accidentally won the game. Um, Next week, like I stated, um, we do play the undefeated Steelers, and that's all I got to say. I don't know if I'm going to actually watch that game. Like, for what? For us to get, a 50 burger on us? I expect that to happen and nothing less. Um, but we play at 3:25 on CBS. And then, so probably Tony might be doing that game. Tony Romo might be doing that game. I might watch just because Tony Romo is on there. Um, and then after that, we play the Vikings. You saw what Dalvin Cook did to Green Bay. Imagine what he's going to do to us with no defense. Um, and then, well, we have a bye between the Steelers and Vikings game because our bye is week 10. Then Washington again, Ravens, Bengals, Niners, Eagles again, and then Giants. I say keep losing. Just go ahead and keep losing. And so we can get that top 10 draft pick. Let the season go. We need to get somebody defensively. Sweet baby Jesus, please. We need somebody on defense. Like, but I'm gonna ask again the same question that I have been asking for 8 weeks now. Who in the hell beat out Ha Ha Clinton Dix? Because it ain't. Like I said, the only person that showed up today that actually looks good was Diggs. And don't get me wrong, Wilson did look good. He had that. He had the first sack, right?
Who?
Was it Wilson? Cedric Wilson? Number 20. You said who was that? Or did he just come up for the rush?
No, he came up. He was just out there in the flat. He just came up and
Yeah.
hit the
So
win.
that there's that. But this mediocreness is it's depressing. It's very depressing. Um, we're not going to do anything. We did do a trade for some linemen from Texans. I think it was a waste of a draft pick, honestly. But who am I to judge? Um, you know, get somebody that's going to make an impact. If you're going to do any trades right now, do something. Try to get somebody that's actually going to do something. Right now, we don't need any nobodies because we have a lot of nobodies, and we're paying them top dollar to absolutely do nothing on the team. We actually heard D Law's name twice this evening. That was for good news, and then the third time was for a flag. Um, I'm a big D Law fan, but he's the main one that'll be yapping his mouth on Twitter and not showing up. Do less of this and this, however you're doing it, and go out there and play, dude. Like, I can't keep defending you. I can't. I can't keep defending you each and every week when you don't show up. Jalen Smith, you're another one. You have just digressed since you signed the contract. Since you signed the extension, we haven't seen you. We haven't seen you not one bit. You look lost. He looks completely lost. He looks like we saw it several different times this evening when a player is coming up, instead of running up to meet that player, he's pedaling backwards. Basic, you know, defensive football 101. You see somebody that you're supposed, you see somebody with the ball and you need to stop them, you're running towards them to stop the ball. And you two-arm tackle, you see what I'm doing? Tackle the person by hopefully the legs, waist, something. We can't even do basics. Special teams. That kickoff. The free kickoff. Up in the air. Came back down. Again, the Eagles was not expecting it, and they let the ball drop. Free ball. There's 15 Cowboys over there, and the Eagles still got it. My husband over here said they need to fire the special teams coach. I said it's not his fault that they're incompetent because there was so many Cowboys players around the ball. How did the Eagles player still end up with it? Like I said, this team, there's just so many negatives. Like it overshadows any positive that we had. Any positive. Um, like I said, the defense looked better. I don't want to say good, but they looked better than what they have. I really think if the little bit amount of defense that was played today would have showed up in the first few weeks, we would have had a better record. But we don't, so let's keep losing. What are we going to win for? To mess up our draft pick? 'Cause that's all we're doing. I don't want to win the division. Everybody's like excited that, the Eagles are in first place or the Redskins, whoever's in the first place. Um, my whole thing is, why are you so happy of being first place, the most shittiest division in the NFL? Why do you want to be one and done in the playoffs? I want us to lose. Just lose outright so we don't have to worry about the playoffs and we can get that top 10 draft pick. I need these teams that have one losses or, two losses to keep winning so we can just keep going down to closer to number one as we can get. Because we already know right now, sorry, Brian, your team got it on lock. But we need these one and two teams to keep on winning, and we keep on losing. Next week game, like I stated, is at 3:25. Um, I'm going to try to convince this man over here to be on the live with me. Um, if not, I'll be on by myself. I'll hold the show down if I need to. He said he wasn't mad. He wasn't going to get mad because this game ended exactly how he thought it would. Um, that's looking horrible. So that's the other reason why he didn't come on, because I know, some people are probably going to like, why isn't he mad? Jerry Jones is a hard headed old man. He's been a hard headed old man since the 90s. Since he fired a coach that wouldn't do things his way, the one that got him the ring on his, one of those rings on, actually, what, two rings on his finger? Yeah, two rings on his finger. He's been hard headed ever since that. He's been hard headed since then. Cowboys will not win until Jerry Jones lets go of power. And more likely, I'm going to say Steven has to let go of some of that power too, because he is just like his daddy. So while the Joneses have complete power, we and actually hire a true GM, we won't we won't win. We will not win. Mike McCarthy was supposed to have so much more uh, in charge and rule, and all I'm seeing is a lot of coaches that need to be left in Philly. Like they need to drive back in a Ford Metro, all the coaches together, and figure some shit out, cause this ain't it. There's a reason why Nolan hasn't coached. I keep saying it every week. There's a reason why Nolan hasn't coached in 6 seasons. This proves it right here. Um, we'll be on game will probably end about 6:30, 6:45 ish. I gotta say next week. Um, this Tuesday, I have not confirmed if Red Cup Rants is going to be on. Um, we were deciding to take a week off just because that is election day, just to stay off of social media. Um, but that will be posted in the chain reaction or Red Cup Rants page or on my page. I will let everybody know if that show will be on. Thank you for everybody that listened and paid attention to me. I just wanted to come on and speak real quick. Um, like I said, I can go on and on and on and on about the negativity, but I don't want to do that all night. And there's all the positive is I already said it. It was Diggs' two interception. Eddie said that's why I refuse to watch the Cowboys game until Jerry Jones steps down from GM. I have never, I have not watched a Cowboys game in 15 years. Well, you might not ever watch a game in the rest of your life. No offense, but it's just how the Joneses roll. The Joneses are complete control freaks, and it's very sad. It's they have to be in control of everything they do, and they have to be in the middle of everything. And he's even said it a couple times. If he was the G, if he was the GM on another team, do you think he'd been fired by now? And he said yes. So that proves to you I think he knows he's not doing a great job. But it is what it is. Um, this won't go away. Um, I don't see anything that is going to make our team look wow. There's not like one player that I can say this person needs to show up and that'll make a difference. I will say the biggest thing that I have realized is that Dak was the glue of that team, not just offensively, but defensively too. When I mean that, I mean like I understand that he's the captain, but he literally motivated both sides of the ball. He made sure both sides. You can tell how they are like I said today was totally different. Today was totally different. And thanks for chatting. Like I said, we're always here. Please subscribe to our channel, The Chain Reaction Eddie, if you haven't already. Um, but again, what could you do? There's nothing I can really say to say this is going to make a difference. Really, nothing. Um, but thanks again. Thanks to everybody that was watching, that commented. Uh, I will see you all, if not Tuesday. I will see you guys right here, right here, next Sunday. Alrighty? Have a great night. Peace out.